There's a 7th trader in the game, Taylor, that you only unlock very far down the quest line. I've certainly never unlocked it. I hear people describe it as, if you had a job or school or anything, if you don't do this for a living, you don't get to do Lightkeeper. What the fuck? Because there's these 5-month wipe cycles in the game. You need to start back over again.
Wait, so how much longer is this wipe cycle?
Probably another 3 months minimum. And it could be plus 2 months maybe.
Do you kind of lose motivation as it's going then? Because you're like, well, if I get to Kappa or whatever, I would only have that for 3 weeks or whatever. And then
that's actually one of the reasons I've never really gone hard in the paint for Kappa, is because what Kappa gives you is a bigger secure container, that safe container that you can put things in and keep even if you die. And the purpose of that is, I can store valuables in there that I find in the raid and counterbalance the loss that I take when I die. But by the time you get to Kappa, you have so much goddamn money that the idea of keeping 3 more things secure in your container is just like this luxury of luxuries. It's a cherry on top of a cherry on top of a hat, wearing a hat. It's like, I needed that so long ago. Day one, I needed that when bandages were gold, Jerry. When I couldn't stop, when I was bleeding and I couldn't do anything about it because I didn't have any money for band-aids. Then I needed a secure container. But by the end, you don't. You're just so rich. I want the game to become more hardcore. I want it to become like Pestily does, like hardcore mode. I want the flea market done away with, and I want the secure container to be an alpha container, and you'd have to earn bigger containers.
Why not just play it the way Pestily does then?
Well, I've already started this way, and it seems silly to punish myself without an audience. I feel like I would need people watching if I was going to do a hardcore playthrough. And I gotta say, it could be so. I've been watching Pestily do it, Taylor, and it seems damaging to his psyche. It seems like it's really bumming him out because
what is hardcore mode? Like your character's more vulnerable, more maintenance.
It's self-imposed rule set where you don't. So
it's not a game mode.
So he's playing with everybody else, who's on a different playing field. Basically, continuously in the game, you need little doodads or whatnots to complete a quest, to build something in your hideout, or to do even a barter trade so that you can acquire goods. There's a quest that says modify an AK-7 for you to these specifications. Now for me, I'd click flea market, type in AK-7 for you, buy one for 30,000, drag it into my stash, figure out what all the doodads that need to go on it are, buy them, put it on it. Pestily can do none of that. Pestily has to find an AK-74U out in the world of Tarkov, hopefully. And then he's got to bring it back. And then he's got to go back into the world of Tarkov and, look, this is the grip. This is the grip you need. Oh, we got to get out. So suddenly everything he finds is incredibly valuable because you need so many things. I just go on that flea market and go, wires? How many do I need? 15? And I buy 15 wires. You know, he has to find 15 fucking wires. And if he dies while he's carrying 7 because he looted a bunch of PCs and got lucky, it's heartbreaking because that's going to take so much longer to find 7 more wires. It's miserable. And there are more things that make it even more punishing, like other self-imposed things. It's miserable
at the beginning
to play like that.
So when I start Tarkov, like if I were to begin this wipe, it would give me, I'm making this up, but like 7 guns, 100 little med kit post-it note type things and more. He throws all that away. He starts off just like with nothing and has to build up from there. And of course, he doesn't use a secure container. So every time he dies, he loses everything. And like I put things in my secure container, like a surgery kit. It's kind of expensive and I use it again and again and you keep it in there. He can't do that. So these rules make it really hard. And no one else is following these rules. So he's at a disadvantage.
Vavity has been trying to do this quest all week. I think he just completed it. It's called Setup. You have to go on one particular map. You have to wear a Ushanka hat. It's the ear flap Russian hat. You have to wear a dirty vest with very few pockets so you can't have lots of magazines. And you have to use a shotgun to kill players. 15 players. For Vavity, who's been struggling with it for like a week and a half or something like that. Just it's been miserable. Every time he needs a new Ushanka, he just goes and buys one. He clicks buy. But still, he has to go find another goddamn Ushanka in the world before he can even attempt the very hard thing to do. You know what I mean? So every time he loses that kit with the scav vest and the Ushanka and the shotgun, He has no way of acquiring those 3 items that are just the basis of beginning a quest that you need to do.
It sounds awful.
It's awful.
None of that sounds fun.
It's so
I wish
hard.
everybody had to play in that manner, and it would be a really good game.
The other thing about setup that Volvid is what you want to do is you want to do tasks like setup, where you kill a player wearing a stupid fucking hat and no armor and whatever. You want to do that early when everyone else is still broke and they're using shitty guns, etc. Now, Volvidy's bumping into Kyle's. What are you, level 45? Something like that?
42, 43.
40, yeah. That's high. Kyle's
Like
rich. He's not like Bill Gates rich yet, but he's like,
I got
Donald
45
Trump
mil.
That's pretty rich, right? So
We're
Kyle can have
rolling.
any kid he wants. And then Volvity runs in. There's Kyle all like fucking M4, a fully auto, great armor, proper helmet. And Volvity's in there with a pea shooter trying to beat that. He needed to fight Kyle back when he was level 3. Then he would have had an easier time.
I enjoy that, frankly. I like the uphill battle of starting late. And it gets rid of this thing that is inherent in my personality with gaming. And this is how you play Rust, by the way, Taylor. On Rust, there's like a pistol in the air, go moment for the beginning of a new wipe. And those wipes are weekly. So today was the wipe. This morning at like 11 a.m. or something, like maybe 5 p.m., all of Rust that's on like the regular service wiped. And then everybody's sitting there refreshing, trying to get into their server of choice, like with all their buddies. Like, are you in? No. Are you in? No, because they're waiting for the server to come back up. We've already gone to a special website that lets you vote on what the next map is going to be like. We've already picked where we're going to live on the map because we know what the map's like before it's even generated. And it's boom, go. Everybody's naked on a beach with a rock and nothing else. And I mean, everybody, 400 people. And we're all just running and screaming. And some people are apes. So they just want to hit people with rocks. Or they want to run and make a spear immediately and poke naked people. But some of us have a plan.
Why would you not?
Because we have a plan. We're all going to like this part of the map. We need to coordinate, get going, get the ball rolling because everybody has it's sticks and stones today, but tomorrow it'll be semi-automatic rifles if we work hard enough.
Oh, there's no like archery sword phase.
There is. That's day one. Like day one is archery, and it's almost all archery.
See, like
a few pistols.
The way you describe Rust, I could see myself giving it a go. When you get back into Rust, I'll play something with you. But
yeah, it's
Tarkov. Even the way you describe
I wouldn't do that
it
to
is
you.
fun.
No.
It seems hellish.
No, I wouldn't do that
very
to you.
little fun.
You need to enjoy not only like military style simulation shooters, but also survival games and stuff like that. It's an interesting combination of games.
Yeah, I don't like having to feed or water a character. Like, I know there's like a hardcore Skyrim mode where it's like, do you want to have to fucking feed yourself cheese wheels and shit?
Your horse too.
And it's like, no,
feeding the horse.
No, I do not. I want to get to the paralysis spell as fast as I can and then run around paralyzing entire cities. That's what I want to do. Anything.
I think if me and Landmark played like 1v1s on Arena, I would never kill him.
Really?
I don't think I would ever unless I did something like cheesy and like hid and like laid and just hoped he walked and he just happened to walk where he's supposed to. But
fill
even
every pocket with grenades and just
that wouldn't do it. Oh, he'd love that.
General direction. You don't think
push me?
Yeah.
Well,
Tarkov's different.
He'd hear the pin and he would be in my pocket. No, I don't think I could ever kill Landmark. I don't think so. Like, they're just watching. Those guys are so fast and so accurate, and they know how to play. They got those guys with 10,000 fucking hours.
Yeah,
10,000 real hours too. Like, that's the thing about Pestily we were talking about the other day. He has 12,000 hours in Tarkov, and
shit.
A lot of people spend tons of time doing that inventory management shit or just shooting the shit, waiting on their buddies to get their gear on. He has spent an enormous percentage of those 12,000 hours not just playing by himself, but playing by himself in the most speedy, efficient manner possible, because he's the best at that. He's like continuously racing toward Kappa with people over the years, or doing like self-imposed like challenges that involve him playing lots and speedily. So he has 12,000 real fucking hours at that game, and that doesn't count his other. He's got another account, I guess, where like he didn't. No, it's 12,000 streamed hours. It's 12,000 streamed hours, I think he said.
Good gosh.
Dude, I watched a video of
it's crazy.
Of
do you know how many hours you have?
Beating people
4,100 or so.
I also have a really high number, but I'm sorry to cut you off, Taylor.
No,
but it doesn't mean anything. A lot of my hours are just I'm not even at the computer, and my hideout is like making money for me. And I just walk into the room, slide some things out, slide some things in, and leave, and it just keeps running. And
I do that. Like if I were to look at my account, I bet my AoE2 is off the charts just from leaving it on overnight. I had like thousands of hours in Warhammer 2. Or like hundreds of hours, like a lot, probably 1,000 from just leaving it on a laptop for months at a time. Like I forgot I had it open after
the power bill.
I thought, the power bill. I was about to get there. Like I think to myself, I'm using real electricity to light these lights in my hideout
and farm bitcoins. You're farming fake bitcoins with a real GPU.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I genuinely, when I get off Tarkov, I'm like, let me kill this game because I don't know how much power it uses. Frankly, my electricity bill is always so shockingly low that I'm like, I better not look into this too much. I remember my dad had these water bills for years that were way too low at his farm. And they were looking at the wrong meter is what was happening. And we didn't know what was happening. We just knew something was happening. And I feel like that's happening with my electricity right now. It's like, it's so fucking cheap. But nonetheless, this PC runs so hot playing Tarkov. This whole room, I opened the window in the coldest of nights when it's, you wouldn't believe this, Taylor, like 30 fucking degrees here. And so it's gotta be like using a lot of electricity. Yours does too, though. You've got a 30 fucking 90 over there. That thing's
4090.
Oh, that's what I mean. 4090. I've got the 4080.
Dude, it runs AoE2 like a dream.
No shit.
I could run it. I could get 20 monitors and run 20 of them.
How's it run Minesweeper, Taylor? How's Solitaire? I bet when you win Solitaire and it goes, there's no frame drop at all.
Not at all.
It just powers right.
Dude, when you win in Age of Empires, a huge amount of embers come across the screen when it says victory.
Oh, embers.
And there's a mod because some people's PCs can't handle the embers, and there's a mod called No Embers. I'm embering loud and proud. Now, sometimes you don't get them on losses, and that happens a lot. But those embers come in on a victory feels good.